And then we're going to start. All right, we'll be
All
live
right.
in a few seconds. Okay, so welcome back to Benji versus. Today I have with me Sid Arth Morali. He just goes by Sid though. And if you notice something different, we're doing a Facebook call instead of a Skype call because his Skype just bugged out at the last minute. How you doing, Sid?
Pretty much. I'm doing well. How about you?
Good. I'm sure
How's
you're
life?
very glad that you moved to Texas right now.
Oh yeah, like I guess things have just turned around in a positive manner. I'm
Well,
happy and
it's better to be there than where you were before, is what I'm saying.
right,
Because
right, right, right.
because
I
of the
mean, I
storm.
guess it just depends on what part of Texas, and I just feel like,
Well, there's a
uh,
huge storm on the southeast coast.
oh, that's what you were referring to.
Yes.
But I thought you just meant in general.
Yeah,
So
but
I guess it's kind of both.
okay. I'm glad you're enjoying Texas.
But yeah, yeah.
So what have you been doing for the past few years? I haven't talked to you in forever.
Yeah, yeah, just a lot of college stuff. I'm just progressing with my major, and then like just I don't know how to say it, like just going about my usual stuff. Like I like Scrabble, I like basketball, I like running, I like occasionally playing video games, music, movies, just a regular guy. So, how have you been doing?
I'm doing pretty good. I moved to Jersey a few years, about a year and a half ago, and now I'm working for a dental insurance company as a business analyst.
Oh, right, right. I remember seeing that somewhere, but yeah, congrats.
Yep, sometimes the work is kind of like pulling teeth,
Right, right.
Uh, so, you gave me a pretty good description of yourself. Anything else that you want people to know about yourself, like how you got into Scrabble and whatnot?
Oh, I'm very very new to Scrabble. I actually started like my first ISE account when only in 2012, and then I was like I couldn't get out of the 500s and 600s, but I guess I just sort of like grew to the game quickly, and then I started playing tournaments in 2013. I guess now I peaked at about like a 1900 tournament level rating, but then I'm a little bit back down. So I guess I don't know. I'm just excited to you know be going where I want to be in Scrabble.
Yeah, you've had some
I
ups and
guess that's
downs, more so than like anyone
yeah.
else that I know at your
Right,
skill
right,
level.
right, right. I mean, probably a lot of that is because I'm playing one days since I moved to Texas. I guess.
Yeah, one days are not great. I
Right, right.
I have recently made a Facebook post saying that I think that one day should be like 9 or 10 games instead of 7 or 8. Like at least that gives you a chance to win if you like lose a few games, and like one
Exactly.
loss won't just be a complete disaster. There's just like cut the variance at least a little bit
Right. I
and get
guess
more
just in
Scrabble
my
in.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I agree with that. Like, I guess just in my particular situation, I'm restricted to playing one days based on my schedule and my family, whatever dynamics. But I'm really
Yes.
excited to in the next few years to start playing more games and longer tournaments, so I can at least get stuff stabilized and I can be improving where at the rate I want to be improving. So that's about it. But
Yeah, I look
go ahead.
forward to seeing you play some bigger tournaments in a few years. I saw you signed up for
Yeah.
nationals, but couldn't make it this year.
Right, right. I'm definitely going next year
Oh,
to
great!
New
I'll
Orleans. Yeah.
I'll see you there, in New
Cool.
Orleans.
I'll see you there.
All right, and let's cut the bullshit and start some games.
I second that.
All right, good luck, Sid. I
Yeah,
just
good
have to
luck.
set up the match. All right,
All
and just
right.
remember to type your racks to Benji versus.
Just when it's my turn, I guess, or when it's your turn, or I don't know if it matters.
It doesn't really matter.
Okay.
All
I'll
right,
just
so
do
I
it when it's
finally gotta go
mom.
first a game. I'm probably going to be playing for a single-digit number of points. Probably about 6 points.
6 points.
This play looks pretty clear to me. I mean, I could exchange if I wanted to, but I don't really see a reason to do that right now. And there's no reason for me to play along with this rack, even though Sid is a very defensive player. Unless that's changed in the past few years, which I don't think it has.
I am more, just to let people know, I guess, I don't mind saying it, but I am more defensive on ISC than I am on in real life for whatever particular reason. But I'm really trying to, I don't know, like I think I'm one of the few players who thinks like identity is important to Scrabble because it leads to more consistency. So I'm really like wanting to, have that unique identity both in tournaments and on ISC or wherever else I play. Anyway, UTA. That I guess that could have left a
Yeah, just remember
variety
to
of
type your
things.
Rex in.
Oh yeah, forgot.
I'll know when I get like a chirp.
Mm. And I'm terrible at alphabetizing, by the way.
Oh, it
So
doesn't matter as long as you get the letters. I
yeah,
never.
yeah.
If you see me play a live game, you'll just see like letters like upside down on their sides. It's pretty hilarious.
Yeah. So I guess the most important thing in my sort of position is to read what tiles Benji could have with a play like that. I mean, I'm definitely expecting another T, to say the least. It could be something like AERT, IERT. He could have an S in his range too. EIST, a wide variety of stuff like that. So I'm trying to decide
I think if I
what.
had EIST, I would have played the bingo.
Oh, right, right. Yeah.
I mean, I guess it really depends on the situation, but
That's true. I would hope you would. But I'm thinking of playing this play. I mean, it doesn't score a lot, but then it just at least keeps some good tiles on my rack, and it sort of does the half blocking, half like flexibility to do whatever, to respond to whatever he does. Really, I'm also thinking of this, but that doesn't really seem as good. And I like keeping this tile. I mean, when it's close, I'm gonna keep this tile on my rack and not like expose like a bunch of space in the open. Um, yeah, I don't see anything else. It's actually not like a terribly intuitive rack. I guess I could also do this or this, but like I don't really see the point. Durr. Okay, let's just do it.
alright. Alright, so my draw was not the best. I'm probably just going to play off 3 tiles again. I could play off 4 tiles if I wanted to. But I think I want to keep the board open against this opponent, and the leave is still better. I'm just going to play off the 3 tiles that I drew.
Okay, and unlike the veggie stir, I had a
The
very
Benji
amazing
stir.
draw. Very amazing draw, and I'm gonna be bingoing, but I just have to look for all my bingos and where I could probably play them because I'm probably gonna have a lot of options. Um,
How many blanks did you draw?
I drew one. Actually, I just see a really nice fit, and the blank could be a lot of things, but I see this fit. Um, let me type it. Actually, I can tell you. Like I
Yeah,
have
you could tell. You could.
yeah, I have RIGHTS blank, and I just noticed the fit of GHT alongside AMA, so that's probably going to be the best. Like I could make the blank a B and make it bright or something. Bright and gar and and ta. Um, and that really that just really makes sure like the bottom left and actually really the whole left side of the board is kind of neutralized. I guess the B could be like a W. I think that's a word. Not really a terribly huge deal between that. But yeah, I'm just gonna play the B.
That's gonna be pretty unfortunate for me.
Mhm.
That not only gave Sid a huge lead, but it um, completely blocks off the board, just like he was saying. Now I have to figure out what to do. I don't see anything really that scores even 20. Okay, I see something that scores 22. Um, it gives back points if Sid has certain combinations of tiles. He's probably going to be scoring 30 next turn after this, but I just don't have anything else that scores even close to this much. And I guess Sid kind of does have to open the board if he wants to score a lot next turn after I do this. I kind of have to get lucky at this point.
Okay. Um. Well, I drew another fantastic rack. I'm gonna be bingoing. I
Well,
have to find my bingos. That is very unfortunate for Bnjy, I guess, because whatever bingo I play here is gonna put him in a very tough spot. But let's see. Oh, I mean, I have a good play that doesn't bingo, but I'm probably not going to do that because I said I'm going to bingo. That's the play I was thinking of. Scores, let's see how much. 37 and keeps the blank, but I already like Bnjy already knows I have a blank, and it's probably not a good play. Like I find that
I'm locked
when
in. I'm pretty locked into my play for next turn, if depending on what you do.
yeah, but like when I'm up by a lot already, I tend to not. No, I tend to not like pass up bingos and keep the blank because I find that that could be like very variant based on the draw. I just prefer to take the 80 and move on. Whereas if it were an even score, I might consider, keeping the blank and all
Or
that
especially
stuff.
if you're behind.
Oh yeah, yeah. Um, I could do
Which
this.
is actually counterintuitive. It's great if you're like 50 behind. It's less good if you're like 100 behind because then you need the bingo and a good score.
Exactly. Yeah. Uh, Benji knows what I'm talking about, so that's. um,
Unfortunately, I don't know the bingo you're talking about. You should probably tell me since you're going to bingo.
oh, okay. Well, I have. The reason I'm taking kind of a long time here is because like I have bingos that score like 76 or 78, but then they expose like the B on the triple. And the thing is, like even though like oh it's unlikely that he's gonna bingo with a B there or whatever, like just why do it in the first place? Like like why care if I'm gonna have a 200 point lead. Like it doesn't really matter as long as I don't do that, you know. But so, but the thing is like, yeah, I don't know. I'm probably the play that I was considering was Bedsonia through the eye that you played. Um, I
Oh,
mean,
that almost
yeah.
plays down.
What'd you
Oh
say?
no, never mind. Never mind.
Oh no, yeah. Um, I have an A on my rack, so I couldn't play it anyway. Like us on the side of inept, but yeah, it also opens the column C or row C for bingos. Um, I'm just trying to look for another alternative. Like I see stuff, I see stuff like abdomen under Utah, but I don't really see the point. I mean, that opens just as many lanes and blah 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 blah. But I could also do. This is the play that I'm probably going to make. It's probably going to be obtained through the eye, uh, just to like not screw around with the left side of the board. Like I don't want to make him play on the left side of the board at all.
Yeah, you
Really, if
already
I
closed that
can.
quadrant. Why reopen it?
Exactly. So I'm not going to play Betsonia. Just I guess that's more important than like opening the B. But yeah, obtain puts the like a column left of the B. But yeah, I mean you could play there and open the board, but you know what else am I going to do? Really? I don't want to play under Utah at all. So I'm just looking really through the eye. And I see Debonair through the eye. Debonair is the same spot as Betsonia, so I'm not going to do that. So I'm probably just going to play Obtain. So I'm going to...
If you played Debonair, I would have played Oriate hooking it.
Oh.
Um, as is, I'm kind of forced to play Oriate for 61 here.
Okay, yeah. Oh, my rack, right? AZ. Hmm. Okay. I'm actually not certain Oriate takes a D. I think it does. Actually, it looks kind of weird to me now. I don't know. This is why you should know words, people. Like, I don't. Actually, I'm just gonna. I just really want to block off that whole space that Benji created. And I don't. Oriated. Okay, that just looks bad now. Like, I don't know why. Um, yeah, I also want to neutralize this big scoring spot. You know, experts always say like you want to open scoring spots when you're ahead, but like not like where it's one scoring spot and it's that big of a scoring spot really. So I just want to take that out, H12, and then take out all the hooks to Oriate that I don't know. I mean, I know it doesn't take an S, but I just don't know if it takes a D. So, and actually have a D on my rack. So, but I
Really,
just want to
I,
take it
I, I
out.
couldn't tell.
Oh, right, right, right. Yes, you couldn't tell.
No, I could tell.
I mean, we're both being sarcastic, but so that's the play that I'm considering. It does everything that I want. It also takes out the X bomb under Oriate. Uh, good thing I'm not playing call because I'm gonna play the W above that, and good thing that Wex is not a word in TWL. Like I know that, and so that's probably what I'm gonna play. And just really just close the board. Try to close the board.
Okay, I'm pretty sure Oriated is good.
Okay.
I'm also pretty sure I only have one reasonable play. I'm not really happy about it because of a leave, but I need points. There's a decent chance I'll be able to score at least something next turn with a sleeve, but it could also be a disaster. But I can't worry about disaster at this point. I'm already 100 behind. This game's already been a disaster.
Well said.
Thank you. No, when you're behind, you have to take risks like this.
Okay. Well, I thought like he would really open the board, but I guess he was talking about his leave more as a risker or something. But yeah, that scores a lot. It only puts me up 60. Right now, like I really want to. The only really available space is at the top right, so I want to try to play there if I can. Oh yeah, I forgot to type in my rack, but so that now I have more of an interesting turn where I don't have very many good options. Um, I could do this, but that just really opens, or it takes out the C9 bingo lane that like you could put a P or an H on and score 90 or something, but it opens a lane in the process. So, I mean, it's not ideal, but if there's nothing else, then I would probably play it. Uh, I'm probably going to be playing my K this turn, so I don't mind saying that. So with this play,
Okay.
I'm putting the K at 8-8, so that's not really a good bingo line. It's just the A that goes below that. That's just a given trade. I can't. I, in Scrabble, I guess the thing to think about is just that you can't have everything. So you're pretty much picking and choosing, like trading something for something else, like uh, picking between a variety of options. Is really what it is. Hmm. I could also play this um, underneath obtained. That does mess with the lines a little bit, not that much. Um, hmm. I could do this too. Let me type this out just to balance my rack. But oh, I'm very low on time, by the way. I gotta play something. Um, I'm gonna play the second option that I chose just because I want to mess with the lines at least a little bit. And there's only one A in the bag, so I'm not that worried about it. Okay. Mm,
Yeah, I'm thinking of actually just switching to.
mm. Collins.
No. Well, no. I'm thinking of just switching to 25 minutes for the first game just to give people a chance to get used to the format.
I'll be fine though. It's
Yeah,
I
no,
just
I
have
know
to
you will, but
yeah.
um, all right. So I can score pretty well this turn, thankfully. If I really wanted to, I could do something like this, but and I was able to figure out now that Sid has an A just because of his comment.
I mean, yeah, I can't avoid everything, but
Yeah, no, it's unfortunately it's kind of like I wouldn't play this anyways just because there are only two A's left unseen to me, um, and this is just so much of a better leave. I just have to play this. It does continue to close the board, but I'm actually kind of okay with that. I'm not that far behind anymore, especially after this play. I'm only 43 behind after this.
oh, that's a lot of points. I mean, you're gonna score a lot. um, I really have only one reasonable play that I can see. The first four tiles of what I typed. So I'm just gonna play that real quick. And I couldn't
Okay.
really do anything about the B, but okay, sorry, go ahead.
Unfortunately, I did not draw a vowel.
Uh-oh.
Um, I think I had to play something like this. I need to score at least something this turn. I can't be exchanging here, and I want to get rid of as many consonants as I can. This is unfortunately the best I think I could do.
Okay. Let me type my thing in. Mm, I'm gonna do this play. I just saw this. It's so like it just messes with the top right, and I don't have time, so that's what I'm gonna play right now. And it's probably as good as anything. So.
You have more time than you think.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm just deep in thought right now. This is a tough turn. I just have to try and find a way to open something up, score reasonably. I have to do a lot of things this turn, and I don't really have. My leave is not. My rack isn't bad, but it doesn't really help me on this board that much. That's not a word. This just doesn't score enough. Maybe if it scored twice as much, I would do something like that. But no, this is really what I'm looking at right now. It's gonna be pretty easy to block, but at least it forces him to block it. And he's not really gonna be able to score that much to block it unless he has a bingo. So I'm gonna go with this.
Okay, yeah. I was considering. Uh, that's my rack. I was just considering dumping that tile where he played it, and that would just really screw with the board even more. But he just played there, so I can't do that.
Wonder what tile you may have.
um,
I think
I don't see. Go ahead.
no, you can go ahead.
um, there's no place to really dump the tile that I'm talking about except the top right, but I don't want to do that. Uh, I really want to play through the C or the O that he played. Grr. I can't really see a way to do that and score anything. Um, this is actually kind of a really hard turn. I wish I had more time for. I could play this. I could play this word. It's new. And uh, Benji probably knows what tile I want to get rid of, but generally a good principle is if you can't get rid of that tile, get rid of a lot of other tiles. So I think I'm going to do this. It's not going to score anything, but it just blocks all the bingo lanes. So I'm going to.
There's a new word.
I mean, he could play at the left and open the board, but I just didn't see any alternative.
I'm gonna pretend I don't know about the queue.
Yeah, I just didn't really have a good way to not reveal that I have the
No, I know.
queue.
A little bit of that's inevitable in this format. Just be nice about it, obviously. Um, yeah, I'm just trying to make this kind of format possible, so I don't want to
Right.
punish my partner for doing that.
I mean, it's obviously a great format just to hear both players talking at the same time. I think it's important, but
I think not knowing anything about his rack, I'm leaning towards something like this. Um, I'm pretty sure it takes an S, and it cleans up my rack. I'm just looking for something better because this is pretty unexciting. It don't really score anything, but there aren't really very many places to score on this board, anyways. At least it opens something. And so on the other play, which is a little bit gung ho for the situation, is this. The problem with this is that if I do draw bingo, I would have to end in like ER or ED. It actually doesn't sound that bad, but I can't end in ES, which is kind of important given my rack. And you just told me about your Q, so I'll just return the favor. I have an S.
I mean, there are three in the pool. It's pretty hard not to have an S for you. But...
So I'm gonna go with this.
Okay. See now, when you're on stream, you're just gonna doubt so many words that you probably know outside of the stream. As dumb as that sounds, I'm
No, it
like
doesn't sound
90.
dumb at all.
I'm pretty sure that takes an S,
I
but I'm
think
not like I can't really mess with this S, so I'm just gonna play this. I'm just gonna play. I can't completely block anything, so I'm just gonna play this and score.
I think I'm just gonna score as much as I can this turn.
Okay. Let's. So now I'm at the point where I want to avoid disaster scenarios. So for a while I've been avoiding playing QI at the top right, but I'm probably gonna do that just because if he bingos, I want to be able to hook QI, and if he hooks QI, I want to be able to block bingos. That's really my plan here. I mean, he knows my plan, but it should be obvious what my plan is when I play that. The thing is, the Z and the X are still unseen to me, so I don't have the Z or the X, and I don't care if Benji knows that. So I could play QI over Fusty or over Bavai, but I think now I might just play it. I might just take the points just because it leaves me a spot in case he bingos. Um, that being said, I need to draw an eye, but I don't. I'm probably gonna do that with that many eyes in scene. Oh, I also saw this play. This is actually pretty good because it doesn't look like it blocks, but it does block. It kills a row N line. I mean, words don't really start with N that much, but it kills the Mooney's line. It does give back two floaters, but they have to fit perfectly. And the Z and the X are both unseen. The thing is, with this play, I have to have backup options for the Q, but I do, and it leaves two in the back, so I'm going to play this. Hmm.
That's a great play.
Thanks.
Now I have to figure out what I want to do. That's a much better play than QI. I'll say that much.
I didn't really see my play until later, so I just yeah.
Yeah.
Just just really end game timing was pretty important for me, so that was probably what did it for me. But yeah. Mhm.
Yeah, the problem with QI is that if I have IS, I'm actually very close in score, and there's still a J, and there's still a Z and an X unseen, so
Right, and then when you, I didn't talk about this, but when if he hooks the QI for a lot of points, then I'm not gonna have to worry about only bingos. I'm gonna have to worry about him scoring again as well. So it would have definitely made it harder for me.
what I'm doing right now is I'm looking for clever ways to open up exclusive lines um, that give me that would give me like 60-point plays next turn.
Oh, Benji, could people on Twitch see the tile pool? Just curious.
Yeah.
Okay, so they'll know what I have when you play,
Yes.
probably.
Is there aren't any A's unseen? I'm gonna take my time with this one. I don't think I'm really overlooking anything incredible, but you never know. I could do something like this. This forces. If I draw one of the eyes, there's a chance that I could Q stick him after this play because he's kind of forced to play there. Yeah, if I draw one of the eyes after this play, he has to either he has to choose between getting Q stuck or block or playing in that spot. So I think this is going to be my play.
Okay, well, I see his outplay immediately, which is geezers. Um, actually, I don't know if I should have said that, but
No, I saw it.
I'm
Don't
pretty sure
worry.
you know that word. Yeah. So I
Give me
want to do
some credit.
something. Yeah, I mean, I was gonna say I'm pretty sure you saw it,
Yeah.
but I want to block his play and not stick myself. So that's what I'm gonna do. With he can see my rack, so I'm pretty sure this is gonna be safe. I mean, he can score, but I can get rid of my Q afterwards.
Um. So what I'm looking at right now is this. Scores 48. Um. Yeah, he'll be able to play off his Q. I think he's still gonna win after that.
Yeah, I don't know if Wino was my best player, just letting you have your outplays better, but I just did what my instincts told me. So
Yeah, you're low on time.
yeah.
Um. I could actually do the math here. What can I score after this? Have to find where my remaining E goes. I unfortunately don't see more than 6 points for it. You can Sid even block this spot? Maybe my best play is to play this first. Like Sid can play OI, but then he's Q stuck.
Okay, looking back, why we know is probably not a good play, but
Yeah, I have to
nothing
figure
I
out
could
this
do.
end game.
Hmm.
This is actually really interesting. I think I am supposed to play this first. Um, though if Sid just blocks the spot, then what do I do? I guess I Q stick him. Oh, he could play Ion. No, I don't. Well, Sid's low on time, so I'm gonna try this and make him work out what to do. This does actually Q stick him.
Oh, Benji, you had wait, GI is a word. I could play there. You know what? I'm just gonna do it.
Oh yeah, I guess you do have that spot.
And I also had the Q spot on. I also had the Q spot like
Oh yeah,
besides
I see that
Levier.
now. Regardless, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah,
Um,
you
I think
probably
that
played a much
might.
better endgame.
What?
Sorry, I just said you probably played a much better endgame than I did there,
Let's look
but
at that one. That was actually really interesting.
Mhm.
I'm just gonna type something in Benji versus it doesn't get logged off. Okay. I think I probably just have to play Grows first, though. This worked out. Like I feel like you could block my spot, but you're also low on time, so you can't risk me having a win with the Q stick. You could block my Grows play.
Yeah, I mean I didn't even see Groves within the 18 seconds that I had, but I couldn't do anything. Yeah, I mean now that I probably know what he was talking about when he said Ion. When he plays EF, I could just play Ion to leave myself two Q spots and block his Gross play. That would so Ion would have been better than QI at the end. But
Okay, the IC bot is liking all of my plays.
it's it's liking all of your plays. That's good.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy about it. MES is good. What? I think I probably would have still played Konai. Wow, I didn't know MES was good.
Yeah, it's new, obviously. I mean, Konai was a very good play. Just that C is in a very volatile spot. Like I think I had to
No, I like the
play
play. It makes you block without scoring anything.
exactly, and that's what I did. But I guess I guess he wanted. I guess by Konai he wanted my best plays to score low and block that spot because I'm pretty certain that I had to score nothing and block that spot anyway. So
I think. Oh yeah, I guess I have an outplay if you. Yeah, I think I played this game really well. It just those two bingos, I couldn't quite overcome them. I came close.
he Benji probably played better than me. I feel like I had this board controlled very well from the start, but then I probably misplayed in the middle and at the end because you know
You don't have any
Benji really,
viewers?
you really opened the board, and I mean not like really open, but put me in a precarious spot where I couldn't really take advantage. So
I'm pretty upset that we don't have any viewers right now.
none.
None. Come on, people. Get off your ass.
Wow.
Um, yeah, that's pretty disappointing.
Oh
I'm gonna take a little break. I'm gonna see if I can
yeah.
get some people to tune in.
Benji, if this were Collins, you could have considered playing GROSZ, making me play QI and following
No,
it
I
up with
know. I
EE.
know. I was thinking of that.
It's hilarious, but
God damn it! Why is no one watching when I'm playing like perfectly?
oh.
I played that game pretty close to perfect, I think. I'm, like maybe MES was better, but whatever.
I don't think MES was bad. I just saw it, but your play was fine.
Yeah, I think my players are at least okay. Stream is going to have an ad that I can't close out if I'm tuning in to see. Like I know I'm live. I just want to make sure I'm live because I'm paranoid. Because I think we should have more than 0 viewers. It's weird.
Yeah. Maybe like no one likes me or something.
I would hope not. You're pretty likable.
So oriated was not a word. It does not take a D.
Oh
Just
really?
check.
Wow.
So I'm glad I'm glad I just like fouled up that spot.
Yeah, I would have put a D there. I wouldn't have challenged. I was pretty sure of it. Alright, I'm gonna click on my stream and turn the volume up to see if it at least picks me up as a viewer. If anyone's watching the stream, let me know in the chat. I don't think anyone is, but what are we gonna do?
Mm-mm.
Oh well. This video will be posted to YouTube, so
Yeah.
people who just decided not to tune into my stream tonight for some reason will be able to see that in place of this. I think I just need to advertise this one more. Sorry about that.
Ask Kevin Bowerman to start watching. Or Jackson. They're both on Facebook.
I made a post on my account.
Mhm.
Only Jessica was online. I could advertise on Face. I could advertise on Skype. Okay, it's picking me up as a viewer, so yep. Oh well, we could at least still record this for YouTube.
Go around on the streets and ask people to watch.
That's a great idea. I thought this would be prime time. I got tons of people last time, but then again, I did have Mac on. Obviously, a lot of people are going to want to see the best, like one of the best players in North America play.
Right.
All right, let's start again.
Okay, I'm going first. Um, I'm not sure if this is a word. I think it is. If it is, it would be overwhelmingly my best play. I don't think it's. I think it is, but I don't think it is. Not sure enough of it. Maybe it's only Collins because everything's in Collins.
Do you have an INGS one?
No. I could play this. I mean, this I'm sure is good. Um, is it even worth like typing my racks out if no one's watching? But I guess
Yeah,
there's always YouTube. So.
yeah, no, it definitely is. And you never know when people are gonna jump on.
Yeah. Um, I'm gonna play this just because I think that probably scores more. I mean, you don't ever really see me here saying that something's better because it scores more, but in this case, that just might be the only reason. Uh,
Okay, so I have a few options here. I could play this. I can play this. I think I like the latter one better. Doesn't score quite as many points, but it at least gives me at least better, and it doesn't really give him any free points as easily. Now, it might give him some free points, but I don't think he's going to be scoring more than like 30 after this unless he get a little bit unlucky, or unless he bingos. In which case I would get a little bit unlucky. Alright, let's go with this.
okay. I only have really one play that gets to the triple. That's really what I want to do here. Oh, that's my rack, but that was the play I was considering. I could also underlap Oidia with this. I mean, DI is not over. That's only Collins. Whoops.
Have you been playing any Collins lately?
No, I haven't played any Collins, but I know like
Yeah, of
some
course you know
twos.
twos.
Not all the twos.
Alright, let's find out which twos you didn't know. Is is TH a word?
No.
Good. Is CH a word?
Yes.
Is ST a word?
Yes.
Is YI a word?
No.
Is YU a word?
I think so.
It is.
Yeah. But I don't know if like DI is Collins.
It is.
Okay, yeah.
Is DU?
No, I don't think so.
Is DA?
Well, DA is
Yes, I know.
DWL. so so this I'm probably gonna play DITTY in one of two spots, above Oidia or under Oidia. Above Oidia would more. Um, this would open less, and they score the same. So I'm probably just gonna open less because I feel like it.
Does I feel like an expert commentary? Alright, I'm
Because
just gonna.
that's what I do.
I only see one really reasonable play. There are a lot of the slash tile being already played off, but at this point in the game, I don't want to like mess up my leave so much as to try and create an exclusive hook. And there's also a really good chance he still has one, even though there are a bunch out already. So I'm just gonna play this.
Okay. Rack is this. I could. Really, my only play is here, but I have two spots to play the same word, and this time I would be sacrificing 5 points if I wanted to mess with a jar. But like
The
there are
board
no
is a
hooks.
jar.
There are no hooks to a jar like on the like front hooks. but what I'm really doing is sacrificing 5 points just to take out the double double, which I don't know if that's the smartest idea. Probably not. Probably because the play that is 5 more points blocks bingo lines anyway, and so it's not like that much less defensive, and it keeps a good lead too. Yeah, I'm probably gonna do this because it takes out MO, it takes out IDS, it leaves the A, but it's not that big of a deal, and it keeps a nice lead and scores. So I'm probably just gonna do the conventional play, but probably for the wrong reasons. Conventional play for the wrong reasons.
As long as you make the right play, they're not judging you. Um, I think I just had this one play. It scores way more than anything else.
Okay. I could probably be inferring an S from here on out. Maybe not. Like maybe that kept like ERT or something, but I doubt that. First of all, he would have bingos if he had ERT. He would have earstone. But just say that it was something like ERT, then he wouldn't just jump on keynotes unless he had an S
Yeah,
like
I
that.
played that really quickly.
Yeah, he probably has an S. Uh, so my rack isn't. Um, Bnjy was probably talking about this last game where he had a rack that was okay, just terrible on the board. That's probably the rack I have right now.
The New York wasn't terrible on the board. That was my Konai rack. I actually ended up making a
Oh
pretty good
right,
play with that.
yeah. I mean, Kona was a pretty good play, just didn't score all that well. I guess
Yeah.
that was. Yeah. Mhm. I really don't see any options.
Alright, so if you manage to hold me to zero bingos in this, if you manage to beat me all 3 games and you also manage to hold me to zero bingos in this set, then I will double the amount that I donate.
Wait, you didn't pick out at all last game, right? So
Exactly.
that was probably just lucky because Bnjy said that he made really good, and I saw the game. He did make really good plays. Usually, if you make really good plays according to standard convention, you're gonna bingo at least once. But no, you just got unlucky.
You did a good job
Mm.
blocking the board. Oh, there
I
goes
saw
Bnjy
that.
versus. I have to reconnect with that account.
So this is a play I'm
I've gotten pretty
considering.
good at doing this without looking at any racks.
Oh wait, what'd you say?
Don't worry about it. I didn't see anything.
Oh, to reconnect your account.
Yeah, Bnjy versus. We'll log out after an hour of inactivity. I thought I did something to
Oh, right.
give it activity, but I guess it didn't work.
So that's a play I'm considering. Like it's a pretty terrible play. I don't even want to play there. I don't even want to play that word, and I just don't even want to do anything that resembles that play. But that's the only thing I see. um, there's just nothing for the best tile that I have on this board. Like nothing.
X.
This is probably the. This is just another play that scores nothing, and obviously there's nothing for the best tile that I have. So this just clears out some of the other stuff, and scores nothing, and just it just really what the if I play this play that I just suggested, then the real purpose of that play is just to take up space, really, because nothing's going to score, nothing's going to keep a fantastic lead, nothing's going to really do much of anything on this board. But if I play that, like it does do the one thing that I sort of want it to do, um, as someone with my style. I mean, it doesn't really block. I guess it just takes up volume. And since there's nothing better, I might just do that, but I'm still gonna think. You should get David Gibson to join ISC again and do a stream with him. Like that would be that would be crazy.
I would I would love more than anything in the world for that. Well, anything except for Nigel. That would be just
Yeah.
the best.
I really want to hear him talk about Scrabble. Like I feel like when you're so great at Scrabble, you just don't want to reveal anything or talk about anything.
Especially if you're David Gibson. No, I feel
Or
like a
Nigel
lot.
Richards.
Yeah.
And neither of them really talk about anything. I mean, I started emailing David Gibson just about a couple of months ago, and he's a really cool guy, obviously. But the thing is, he will just not talk about his strategy, even if you ask him, "Why did you play this? Why did you play that?" Like, I'm not really being too pushy in the emails. Like, I just do it like casually, but like
Right.
you can really, really tell that he does not want to like
No, and for good reason. He
explain.
doesn't play like anyone else in the world.
Yeah, I
Uh,
mean, like people say that people like experts normally say that like, oh, people have figured out Gibson. People have figured out
no,
Gibson, but the
people
thing is,
people
has not
haven't.
figured out Gibson because he's having his best results now. So,
Have you seen Will Anderson and Kenji, or have you seen Will Anderson and Kenji Matsumoto's video on how to play against Gibson?
oh yeah, like I've seen that, and I agree with a lot of it. But I just mean like you have to ask him if you really want to solve him, because all I'm saying is that you can try and solve his
Well, you should make
strategy
a
like
play
all you
so you
want.
don't.
Yeah, I'm just gonna play the thing that I'm talking about. Like you can try all you want to like solve a strategy, but then like again, like he's having his best results now, and I guess
Yeah.
he doesn't want to like reveal exactly what he's doing. Like that's probably not the smartest idea for him, but anyway. I
I think a lot of that was luck too, though. Like aside from nationals, he didn't really have any amazing results.
thought he had pretty good results all over the
Like he's
place,
winning
but
tournaments, but he's clearly the best player there. You still have to be good at
oh
Scrabble to beat
right,
him.
yeah.
Like
Um,
you can study him all you want, but if you're playing worse than him, you're still gonna lose the majority of the time.
exactly,
I could
and
play something like this, really blowing open the board, but
Mhm.
I don't really see a reason to do that at this point. Um, I think I'm just gonna play off my tile. It does leave the potential for him to score, but there are also plenty of places for me to score, even if he does play there. So I'm fine with this.
okay. Well, I mean, I only have one play, so I'm just gonna play it. Like, to be honest.
All right, you're not getting the double. You're not getting the extra money. Wait, no,
Okay,
that
well,
no, you might. I don't have a bingo. TOS is not a word. I'm thinking of just playing that now. You might still get your extra money.
I mean, like, I'm not even thinking about that because I'm not gonna probably not gonna stop you from bingoing even like just one time in 3 games. Kind of realistic.
Yeah, it's not really realistic, but you're doing well so far. You're halfway there. I think I'm just gonna play the six tiles.
This board is deceptively closed, more than it
It's not.
looks.
It's not even deceptively closed. It's just closed.
Oh, okay. Like some people might say it looks open, but I don't
No, there's
know.
not really anywhere. There's nowhere to bingo on this board. Like you have to play an eight or just hook the G with an A. You have to have an like an IS or ISC bingo, and those spots are pretty easy to kill.
Mm-hmm.
Nevertheless, I'm gonna play this. I still don't want to open up too much. and the scores enough points and also turns over a lot. So there's still two blanks in the pool.
Okay, I can play. So you guys can see my rack. I only have two plays. This and this. I'm probably gonna play the second because the first opens a wide open bingo line on a board that you can't bingo really. So I'm gonna, and the second one doesn't keep that much worse of a lead when it scores the same.
All right, so there are two blanks in the pool, but I think I'm still going to do this. Partially because I don't really have a choice at this point. I only have one vowel. Yeah, I'm not really crazy about opening this spot up, but I do have. Sid knows I have the S at this point. I do have the last S, and maybe I'll just beat him to the spot.
Yeah, I guess the one reason not to play Sexto is because I know he has the last S, but I really didn't have an option anyway. Like with my Sexto. That being said, maybe there's something I could have done to avoid this kind of situation. So I don't want him to like. I really, really don't want to play the cat and mouse game with him having the last S and me always trying to do something about it. But maybe there's nothing I could have done to avoid that. Hmm. I mean, if you assume an S, you really have to play there. Like with no other spots on this board, you have to block. You just have to. Even
You
if
don't
you're
have
behind,
to.
like, I mean, like even if I'm behind 30, I still have to block the spot. Like if I know for sure you have the last S. Like if there's some doubt, I could get away with not blocking, but
Now in this
I
spot
feel
there
like
would
I
be
have.
some doubt. Like two,
Hmm.
like you can't really assume I have an S after I already played two off.
Right, but I mean, I'm assuming the S way back from Dose, so that's why.
I actually didn't have it when I played the second one when I played Dose.
Oh wow, you didn't have an like I already assumed the S when he played Dose. That's why I was saying the whole thing about Sexto and how you would have the case S if I
Oh
played
right,
Sexto.
sure.
Because I already assumed an S when you played Dose, but you didn't have one, so that's interesting. Mhm. Well, I'm still gonna have to block. I'm gonna just do this because I don't see anything else. I'll at least undouble some of my letters. So
All right, now I have two options. I could play this for 38, but I really want to get rid of at least one of these two tiles. So I'm looking at this. It also just is leaves him less likely to be able to score well.
okay, well, revitalizes a dead quadrant. I guess this is a play that scores a lot and it opens, but it scores more than anything else. This is another play. Opens a little bit less, but scores a little bit less too. Um, I go with something like this. Maybe I just want to do that to save my scoring tile, and not like blow open the board. But this opens two scoring spots, so I think that's really important. When there's zero, then two is obviously two or zero are better than one. I mean, we all know that, but this play that I already mentioned earlier. I mean, it doesn't really blow open the board. It just opens a really strong lane, but then it also makes it two scoring. You know what? I'm just gonna do that because it's standard. Hmm.
There's a very standard play for me here. I'm just making sure that something like this isn't better, which it might actually be. Though I don't know if I really want. Uh, well, if he draws a bingo here, I'm in trouble no matter what happens. Sadly, this is just a chemical process, not a word. I'm really just leaning towards playing this. It's kind of a race to the blanks at this point. Uh, There's only one A and one O left in the bag. He just played off two of them, so there's actually a decent chance that he might have one, but I can't infer that. No way was probably just his best play by a mile. Score so many points. So I'm just gonna play this.
Okay. I'm glad he didn't bingo. I mean, pretty much every turn you're happy when your opponent doesn't bingo. Uh, I really want to kill the scoring slash bingo lane up there. It's the only spot. Like, you know, I guess people don't do this enough. Like, okay, you so and so is a great like bingo or scoring spot. You have to really compare them to the other ones on the board. And on this board, there are no other spots really at all. So I really want to play up top if I can. But doing so would just make my lead so bad. It's a problem. I mean, this is like this play right here. Uh, it does everything that I don't want it to do, but it's like my only reasonable option, which is my rack. um, you hardly ever want to play plays that do everything it doesn't you don't want it to do. But it's like my only thing that scores even remotely okay and keeps it even remotely okay leave. And if he has a blank, I'm pretty much sunk. Like, not pretty much sunk, but I just mean like he's gonna have options no matter what, and that's likely at this point. So should I really give up like 15 points of equity just to mess with the top when I'm up like 10? Not really sure about that. Yeah, I'm just gonna do the standard thing here.
Um, I'm looking at this. This is this equity play for sure. Unfortunately, it gives back very easy points. So I'm considering just doing something like this. Sid didn't have an, or maybe Sid did have an A or an O last turn, but I can't assume that he does. And this just gives back so many more points. I could even do something like fish here. The board is suddenly actually really good for bingos. I could use
I mean,
this is better than my other play, which I just saw.
I probably shouldn't be talking on this time, but
No, I
all
don't
I was gonna
mind.
say was,
I talk on
all
your
I was gonna
time.
say was, Vogie like sort of volatilized the board, but I really didn't have an option. I don't think, but I really, really, really tried to play at the top, but I just couldn't come up with anything.
I might just have to go for points here, unfortunately. Like my plays that I'm considering are this, which I don't like. I think I'm gonna. I think I'm gonna try this. The one thing I don't like about it is that it only turns over two tiles when the blanks are really what probably could decide this game. But I can still win this game without a blank. I don't need a blank to bingo with this rack. So I'm gonna try this.
Okay, well, I just drew phenomenally. I'm sorry. um, so Vogie left AIE, and the only AIE and the only play up top was Ave leaving GIE or something, or VI whatever, and I didn't want to do that. But anyway, to my draw of AEI, I picked PL blank blank.
Well, I guess I lose.
I don't know. It's actually interesting. Where do I play? Because I have bingos up top and on the bottom. I have Palatine at the bottom, and I have a lot of stuff up top. It's actually interesting trying to decide where to play. Based on the pool, I'm probably actually gonna play at the bottom. I'm not sure. No, maybe up top. I know that only one O is unseen out of the entire pool that could even play on top. But at the same time, plays on top are just gonna destroy me. So even though it's less likely that he's gonna burn me up top, it's gonna be more destroying when he does. I feel like. Um, so yeah, I'm just gonna play up top. Even I think it would score more anyway for me. And I'm gonna play something like this. I'm just gonna play this.
Alright, so I think I have to play my bingo. I'm
Yeah, he
probably not
does
gonna
have
win,
it.
but I'm gonna play this.
I should have done a better job of picking something. I thought map like was defensive, but I probably should have picked something with a C instead of a K. But I couldn't. Again, like I was low on time, so um, I really. I mean, yeah, I just didn't want him to bingo. But the thing is, I guess it was likely, just as likely for him to bingo at the bottom anyway. So not a terribly huge deal, but something I would just like to avoid. Okay, I'm really just looking for an out and two, and I don't have time to do it. Okay, I'm gonna play Buffet because I have an out and two. That's the first thing I see. And you just bingoed for the first time, so that's.
Yeah, I did.
I'm just gonna play my out.
Yep, you got me. It was a race to the blanks and you beat me to them.
But I shouldn't have. That was so unfair though. Like I only played four tiles, and then I just drew both. Like
I mean, it's
it
not
should.
that unlikely at that point.
Well, I mean, what's more likely is like I'm supposed to play 6 tiles and then draw one or something like that. But
I
then I
mean,
played four and draw two. So.
it's not as lucky as you think it is.
Hmm.
Um, oh, at radio. I might have played that radio against you. I don't know.
I mean, I know it's weird if that's what you're saying.
No, I might have made that play against you.
Oh, you just mean the openness of it, not like the validity
Yeah.
of the word. Okay.
Ugh, someone's.
Mm. Ooh.
Someone's. I didn't not know that was good. I missed that when I played Keynotes.
Yeah. GENET was something no one would have probably played, but I did. Check that rack out.
Yeah, I had a feeling you might have had the X based on your comment.
Yeah. And there is just nowhere to play the X on that board, and since nothing scores, then I just wanted to really take up volume on the board. And the board, the board was kind of closed for a
You
while
could play something
because
like
of
Sex. Doesn't really open anything.
yeah. But I really wanted to keep like a balanced sleeve too, and something that would have potential, I guess. Like ESX is okay. Yeah, I mean,
The
Sex is
board is
probably a
kind
better
of dead
play.
after Sex.
What'd you say?
The board is kind of dead after Sex, and I'm not gonna.
Yeah, yeah. It is dead after. I
Yeah,
mean,
I just
like,
think you need to score more than 8 that turn.
I mean, yeah, you're probably right. Like, I was just gonna say, Sex is a better play. I mean, Janae probably follows my style better, but it doesn't score anything. So, like, that's as Benji said, that's the problem with it.
Fox, I don't like that.
Hub was a good play. Gay was a good play as well. I I really don't want to play. I should have played Ape Like. There we go. That's
Yeah,
the
that's
play
what
I
I
was
was
looking
looking
for.
at.
I didn't find Ape Like, but that's more than definitely certainly my play.
I think I
Ape
should have
Like.
played Birth and. Um, what do you think of? Oh, I should have played Bhut when I played Hub. I just missed it. Or Burr. Yeah, I like Burr.
Um. Yeah, I guess the problem with Hub is that ERST is less good on this board because of the hooks above no way, it's less good on this board than it should be. But Hub is still a good play.
Mm, yeah, well, like I didn't like what Hub did, but
Yeah.
Burr or Butt were the plays I was looking for. I just missed them.
Do you see anything better than Vogie? Like I don't
No.
like I really did not want to play Vogie as people could tell in my commentary, but
Um,
oh, I
you
missed
could play
Vega.
Vega.
I
That
missed
opens up
that.
a V floater, but it's probably better than what you want to be. Like this game is just. I kind of like Vogie better even than that, because you. It's a race to the blanks,
Yeah.
and you're saving one. Like you're keeping 4 vowels after Vega, and Vega doesn't even block anything, like
Right.
except for this spot. But
I mean, Viga's probably not my play, but I guess I was just saying that there's nothing up top really that I could do, like on top of no way. Anyway,
yeah, the rest of the game.
tell Josh to like start watching because he logged in on ISC.
You tell him to start.
What'd you say?
You should tell him to start watching.
You said he already started
No,
watching.
you should tell him to start watching.
Oh.
Let's go type something so Benji versus doesn't log off.
Yeah. Oh, Josh is already watching. Okay.
Okay, maybe my chat's just stupid or something. I don't know.
Well, I mean, I don't know why Josh didn't say anything in chat. I don't know why anyone didn't say anything in chat. That's
I
kind of
think Josh
weird.
might be my only viewer. Thanks, Josh. You're what's keeping us alive. You're doing God's work. All right, well, let's play one more.
Cool story, bro.
All right, you have to beat me a third time and then you win.
Yay. Just uh, okay. I only have one bingo, so I'm probably
Crap,
gonna play
really?
it. I'm almost certain this is the only bingo. I just have to figure out where to play it. What I was just gonna say earlier is all I have to do is draw like Gibson, and then I'll win this game.
I
Hmm.
see. I told you you could beat me three times.
I'm probably just gonna play it in the. Oh, actually, I don't know if it takes any front hooks if I play it in the traditional spot. I mean, I don't. I'm like 98% certain that the H doesn't go before Elmiest or anything like that. Hmm. Elmiest. Let me just go through the alphabet. B C D E F G H. I'm like 98% sure Helmiest is not a word. I J K L M N O P Q R S. Okay, like I'm confident enough that Elmius takes no front hooks. That if there is a front hook, I'll just eat it. Like.
All right, so if I just immediately put the H there, would you have had the balls to challenge it off?
Probably.
Because I was considering doing that.
Oh, you actually do have an H. That's funny.
Yeah, I'm gonna play. Um, I don't have a homeless bingo, but I'm going to play this anyways.
That was a good pun. Okay. That's my rack. Benji. I don't know. I guess Hobo is like his amazing best player, or whatever. But I really want to build off of that to try to close the board.
No, she
Um,
opened with semi
what'd you say? Oh, semi.
with the S on the star. I would have just played semi hobo.
Oh wow. Yeah, I do know that word, but that would have been
It's
crazy.
one of the dumbest words in the dictionary.
Yeah, especially when there are like no other context words like that have anything to do with that. There's hardly any semi other words. I mean, I guess there are a few, but like it just you know what I mean when just like a word is just like if this is a word, then so many other things should be a word. You know, like if this is a word, then anything could be a word.
Yeah.
I think I think it reminds me of a phony that I played a while ago on ISC. It just made me laugh. Jivably, Jivably. Like it's just the most ridiculous sounding. Like it just sounds like I just took a verb and made it an ably word without even thinking. And that's just like that's what comes to mind when I think of semi hobo. It's just like you just took any word and then you made a form out of it. Like you just put any word and then you put semi in front of it. That's really what it. You just took any word and you put ably at the end of it. Like that's exactly what it reminds me of. So this is the play I'm thinking. It really screws with the board. So it's what I'm gonna do.
I think I'm just gonna create this like floater lane available. Uh, I could put this here. I'm actually not sure whether it's correct or not. If this was
So,
Collins, I would have a bingo.
so Josh's Twitch handle is not ax or typo, it's ax or type. So that's blocking all sorts of words with casting
I
it
wish this.
with
I wish we were playing Collins right now.
cool story, bro. I've never played Collins in my life except for like 20 odd games on ISC a while ago, but they're not even important. They're not even against anyone remotely good.
I'm either gonna play the three-letter word or the four-letter word. I'm just trying to decide whether I want to put the L on it.
Oh, is it Viney and Vinyl?
Now it's
No.
Opa or Opal.
Oh, you said four-letter word with the L.
Uh,
Josh is
I
like
think I'm gonna do it.
Josh is infinitely better than me at alphabetizing and at counting. Both of those things. Like he's literally the best out of the Scrabble community, and I'm the worst. Like I'm definitely worse than like 500 rated players at alphabetizing and counting. um,
Counting is hard. I'm not even
I
kidding. Counting
agree.
is hard.
So it's another rack that is good, but just not good on the board. But it's okay because I want to create a board that racks are not good on. I don't want to create a board that every rack is good on. So I do want to mess up that bingo lane because it's the only really good bingo lane on top of Opal. So this is a play I'm considering, and I'm like 98% sure it does not take any front hooks, just like Elmius. Uh, a play that a lot of people would make, but I don't want to make is this. Oh, actually, OBEA is not a word. I was gonna
It looks
say
like a word. It should be a word, but it's not.
so. I have the Y, and the play I was saying was AY and OBEA, and I was just like a lot of people would play that, but I wouldn't, and I'm just like, oh wait, OBEA is not a word. I can't.
I might have been so focused on whether posy was a word that I wouldn't challenge it off. Now, but now that I talk about it, I'm 100% certain posy is a word.
That's another option, but again, I want to mess up the lane. I could play YAR. I mean, he already knows I have the Y and the A, so it's not a big deal. Um, I'm probably just gonna play the first option. Actually, this is also interesting because I don't know if obviously this is true, but I'm thinking that this might still be a better leave. Just because of the synergy. You, Benji probably knows an example of one tile that is definitely better than another tile, but with the second or third tile, the reverse is true.
Like CH.
Yeah. Well, I mean, pretty much all synergy stuff.
Yeah.
And so this is not really an intuitive synergy.
Like I'd
I
rather
feel like,
like the most obvious example is I'd I'd rather leave W than Q, but I'd much rather have QU than WU. That's like the easiest to
yeah,
understand example.
right. Yeah, I just wanted Benji to explain that to, like, if he posted on YouTube and then someone doesn't understand what I'm talking about. But, yeah, but this right here, it's not like a synergy that a lot of people talk about, but I've just found it to be true within my experience. That's all I was going to say. But then again, I don't really think it's that big of a deal if I play either of the two. I could also play this. I didn't even see this. This just this does a better job of not exposing very valuable floaters, but it does keep this tile. It's not ideal, but it's not the worst thing in the world. Um, yeah, I'm just gonna go with my. I don't know. If I play this, then he does have a bingle, and it's just not a strong one. Hmm. Actually, I'm gonna go with my second option because I don't know. I don't really know what to do here. Actually, like I know what to do. I just don't know which to do really. But the thing is, I don't want to be exposing. I can't make up my mind.
No, you really can't.
Actually, this is another option. So many options.
Josh says, simply put, look at the number of words X layers long with certain combinations and compare if you want to learn about synergy. It's
Wait,
actually
wait.
not a bad way of thinking about it. It's just a little bit complicated. It's not really that simply put, unfortunately. It's really gonna.
Oh, I see what he's saying. Yeah.
Yeah, it's actually probably a better description because it's good. Like different synergies are more relevant on different boards. Like QU isn't really going to do you much good on a place where you can't really play off one and two or three tiles.
Right. Yeah, I gotta make up my mind here.
You
Um,
really do. I'm falling asleep.
I mean, my voice makes a lot of people fall asleep anyway, but me taking long is not gonna help. Uh, I'm just gonna play this. Probably not a great play, but oh well.
Okay, I'm just gonna play my highest scoring play.
Um, I typed my rack out. I think I only have one play, and I know the hooks to this play, and I don't know if Benji does. I mean, just because it's a word that not a lot of people know the precise hooks to, so and it's probably my only good play anyway, so I'll do it.
Well, that was convenient.
Okay. Ah, it's talking about all the hooks, and you just bingo through the L like a boss. I have I have a lot of options. I have this, I have this, I have this. oops, typo, that I have um, something like this as well. I'm just gonna do this because it probably, like a lot of when you have a lot of plays that go in the same spot, like and then they score and they leave, and positionally are all about the same. It's not really that huge of a deal or a difference. I mean, I feel like most of my plays here, like I could go downwards or I could go on the right, but like I feel like positionally there's a huge deal between any one of these plays. So let's just do this.
This is what jumps at me first, but I'm gonna take a little bit more time. I really don't think I'm gonna see much better than this.
Oh, and another thing I wanted to point out to what Josh said is the letters don't have to be together to have synergy. And I also wanted to say that to what you said. Like, so
Um,
the synergy I
by
was talking
together
about
he
was
by together he just means like one after another.
right, right. So what I was talking about the other turn, I had the X, and I felt like LX was more synergistic than RX, even though like that's not exactly intuitive. Just because of words like deluxe or lax or lux or something like that, like they don't have to be uh, right next to each other in the word in order to be more synergistic. And I guess I don't really have proof that LX is more synergistic than R. It was what my vibes told me.
I'm just gonna go with this. I don't see anything even remotely close to this.
I don't have good plays here. He just blocked like all my good plays at once. I guess that's what Toad really does. It just neutralizes a lot of the, I wouldn't say hot spots, but it's definitely a scoring spot. I could play this, which accomplishes nothing. I could play this,
Which
which
also
also accomplishes
accomplishes nothing.
nothing. And I could play this, which also accomplishes nothing. Or this, that also accomplishes nothing. What beautiful commentary. I know, thank you.
You should just have Sid versus. I think I should just retire.
This game is really kind of close, though. I feel like I guess this is a position where I don't really know what to do. Um, I feel like, I have strategical strength in certain aspects, but this position is one where I'm completely at a loss. I just don't know what to do. I'm not gonna lie and say that I do know what to do. I'm just gonna play this because it seems best. Because it seems best. It seems like something that doesn't open up too much and save some good letters on my rack.
That seems fine. I'm not
How would you know?
I'm not crazy about any plays through like using the V. Unfortunately, I don't really want to open that can of worms up, especially with the board as dead as it is.
A lot of my opponents say that for some reason.
What can of worms?
No, a lot of my opponents say board is dead for some reason. We
I
don't know
wonder
this
why.
game. No
I'm looking at this.
one
It
knows why.
it leaves well. It scores reasonably. It's a deduplicates, and I'll at least be scoring about 20 next turn. There's no way Sid is going to be bingoing on this board unless I'm really unlucky. He'll have to bingo from the tee.
Okay, so his play is just really a waiting move, trying to get me to be a dumbass.
I do
I'm
think
gonna
it was
do
my best
this.
play though.
I'm gonna do this because I feel like it's the only good play on this board.
All right. Sid is very unlucky because I drew a bingo to the
Oh,
tee.
okay. Okay, well, I mean, I had a pretty good draw too. I don't know if it's gonna bingo. I have to look. I mean, to be honest, like it's my rack is such a good rack that it's probably a 50-50 game from here. Oh, I mean, okay, I see something like this. Who scores 78 without even bingoing.
Yikes.
Something like this.
I bet
So,
it
I
leaves the
mean,
blank
that's
too, right?
no, it actually uses the blank for 78 without bingoing. Or I could do this. I mean, I do have a blank. I think it's kind of obvious, but I don't see a bingo. Josh could point out if I'm missing one later on. But I do see a couple 78-point plays. I could also do 38 leaving a blank, but all Bnjy has to do is play a five-letter tile, five-letter word, with the I in Tentoria being the third one, and then all of a sudden I have no bingo lanes at all. So that's probably not what I want to do. Even though like he isn't guaranteed to do that, obviously, but it seems like something he should do at a score. If I don't, I'm just gonna play this. See what he does.
This is a Hearthstone character, or this is a World of Warcraft character, but I'm not sure if the word. Probably is. It's also really tough for Sid to challenge in this spot unless he's certain of it. On the other hand, I have this. As long as I draw this leave looks really bad, but if I draw a vowel next turn and there are plenty of them for me to draw, I should be okay after this. So I'm kind of leaning towards this. It just scores a lot more than anything else. I'm gonna go for this.
I did tap my rack out. I only have one play, so I'm just gonna play it. Really hoping Bnjy doesn't bingo, but
Yeah, I drew into something.
ah,
Amazingly.
firm. I mean, I couldn't really block, so, and I was down by 40 anyway. So this is an example of a game where I drew better tiles than Bnjy, a lot better tiles than Bnjy, but his tiles just bingoed on this board.
Yeah,
Like,
I had the timing.
yeah. So, I mean, it's not really appropriate to say, oh, someone's a luck box, someone's a luck box. I feel like, we both got lucky in our own rights this game.
Yeah.
But, mm,
I drew 0 blanks against you.
right. But you're going to win this one at
Yeah, I
least, I
think I got
think.
this one. Alright.
I mean, if he didn't bingo, honestly, like if he didn't bingo and I was down 20 by the end game, I would have been a favorite pretty easily, just because of my rack and because of the number of like ends unseen and stuff like that.
Yeah, I got
Um,
really lucky to draw into what I did. I kept GGH.
oh, okay. Good to know.
Like I drew RISE to my GGH. But I think Covet is still the
PIU.
best play.
So PIU left FIE blank. I'm trying to think of there's something I could do that was not PIU, but there's just nothing. I could play like Finn.
Yeah,
You would still
Purified
bingo.
is not play. Toad just blocks that off.
Yeah, I mean, none of my reasonable plays would have blocked Shaggier. So,
Oh yeah, what are the hooks on Bola now that it's dead?
oh, just a E.
Oh, I didn't know that at all.
Mm. Yeah, I mean, I felt like it was not against you. I just feel like I
No, yeah, it's not
just
something.
just by circumstance. Just by circumstance, I feel like I know the hooks on Bulla. It's not like I know the hooks to everything. It's just I happen to know the hooks on
Yeah,
Bulla.
sure. You
And
might as well take advantage
yeah,
of that.
right. So I don't see any way I could win. I'm just gonna play this just to not empty the bag and see if I can hit something. But I can't hit anything because this board is like it's not closed. It's just exhausted, where all the space is taken up. Like it's dead by exhaustion. Um, yeah, let's just do this.
Alright, I just have to make sure I don't get like Q stuck or something. I
Hmm.
don't see any nines to ER. I don't see any bingos that could ever play. Yeah, I'm just gonna play this.
Inanus doesn't play.
No, they're just innate. Um, Josh is yelling at you to pay more attention to the board before you give up.
I mean, I felt like FE was the only thing I could. I don't know. Maybe FE wasn't a good play, but anyway, I'm gonna play this because it saves 2 outs. It's 2 particularly good outs. Okay, well I missed Bnjy's out, so that didn't help. Good game.
Good games.
Yeah,
Alright, at least I
I
got
just
one off you.
yeah I flat out missing train. So what I was thinking I was keeping VIN and VIER both scored 15, so that was pretty good. But I didn't see
Oh,
your outplay.
oh, Josh was saying that your best play when you played FE was just dropping the F at ER, making fur for 6.
Oh right, yeah. I guess I just gave up too easily. So Josh is great. Like I sometimes don't give up. Like you still try hard, but you don't see the plays that you're supposed to. So I just didn't see FER as a possibility. If I would, then I would trust myself to play that, like to at least threaten some stuff.
Yeah, it's not likely to work, but at least something. Like you could, I don't know if you could still hit a bingo through the R, but
Yeah, I just think like I just think like it's my energy level goes down, and then it's not like I'm not trying to win. It's just I'm not creative enough to think of something like FER. You know?
Okay, so the good news is we got some more viewers for this game.
Yeah. How
Um,
many?
there were three. I don't know if that
Okay.
includes me or not, but it wasn't just Josh in the stream. Thanks to everyone who decided to tune in for this last game. The bad news is this is where the stream ends. But thanks for coming on, Sid. It was a pleasure having you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
Pleasure to play you as well.
yeah, it's great to play you. It seems like you've improved a lot.
Thanks. I mean, like you think I'm improving a lot. Like I come close to hitting 1900. Like I peak at 1900, and then I just have like five of the worst tournaments of my life. Like that is me. Me
That's everyone
personified.
though. Like I broke 2000 and then I didn't have a tournament. Like I after I broke 2000, I didn't gain rating again until I fell below 1900.
Oh wow. Yeah.
I think I'm like maybe even a little bit higher rated than I should be right now. I'm 1906 right now, but
Mm.
I'm actually started to study again. So
Yeah.
this is actually the thing. This is actually hurting my Scrabble play doing this, but I love it.
Right,
Like
right. You
it,
should definitely continue.
I'm glad you're enjoying it too.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, yeah, this hurts my Scrabble playing because if I wasn't doing this, I would just be studying. But that's gonna do it for tonight. Thanks again to Sid. Maybe I'll have you on again sometime after I give everyone else who wants a chance. But until then, have a good night.
Right.
Mm.